Look in the middle. You'll see the thing rolling in the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
boys and girls,
Yeah.
and for all those who's listening and watching
That's
it
the
from
feed
around
right
the
there.
world. And we are now live from the corner of Dalton and
All
Lynch
right.
Street. It's the show where we take you inside the game before
I
the
know you
game
can't.
begins.
I don't know why this thing is acting up.
With your host, Charles Bishop and Neely. So get ready, because we pregame harder than the other show's party. It's the pregame. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and for all those who's listening and watching it from around the world. And we are now live from the corner of Dalton and Lynch Street. It's the show where we take you inside the game before the game begins. It's the pregame. With your host, Charles Bishop and Neely. So get ready, because we pregame harder than the other show's party. It's the pregame.
And welcome into the pregame show here on the Black College Sports Network. Charles Bishop and Neely, it is another basketball Saturday here for our Jackson State Tigers as our women, they take on the Florida A&M Rattlers today as the Florida schools are getting ready to do their Mississippi swing again as we start this second half of SWAC basketball play. Neely, what's going on, my brother?
Charles Bishop, how are you doing this fine Saturday, Valentine weekend, Super Bowl weekend? How you making it, brother?
I'm making it well, brother. I'm making it well, man. Just
Let me
out.
hold your head down. What's that? What's that say on your hat? That say Titleist?
What
Oh, you
Tyler's?
getting
What
a little
Tyler
golf
say?
in. You getting a
Yeah,
little golf in.
getting a little golf in, man. A little staycation action today. I got the TPC San Antonio course just outside the viewing screen here, but yeah, man, the 18th hole right beyond the courtyard there. So
Well, I got Walter Payton's locker right beyond me. I'm at the
you
AAC,
win.
and the Lady Tigers are about 20 minutes away from tip-off against FAMU, and of course the men's team follows that. It is officially into February, Chuck. You know, we always talked about what these teams have to do in February to get going for March. It's February.
It is February, and I tell you what, we start with our women's team. They have been everything as advertised. 11-0 in swag play coming into today. I tell you what, 13-6 record overall, but they have been, like I said, they have been everything as advertised.
They have been, man. You know, how do you get better than undefeated in the swag? And now you just work on dominance and cleaning some things up. The Sonic Boom is marching in. I hear them outside. Normally, we're doing the show from the President's Suite looking down on the court. Ran into some sound issues out there. So we're in the Hall of Fame room, all these glorious trophies and history around us. And Chuck, in just a little while, the volleyball team will be celebrating their championship. So you see the room is decorated for that. So continuing to add banners and trophies to this room, but today is about basketball. Lady Tigers taking on FAMU Rattlers. Right after that, men tipping off as well.
Yes, indeed. We have our Saturday, Monday matchup today. It is Florida A&M Rattlers Monday. It'll be the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. We take a look back at when our Lady Tigers went to Tallahassee. They handled business earlier this season, 90-34 in Tallahassee. Then they came back 2 days later and whooped up on the Lady Wildcats 82-49. But when you take a look at the dominance that they have showed over both teams, they out rebounded both of these teams, the Saturday and Monday opponent, by 17 rebounds in their earlier matchup. Amisha Williams is doing it all, making a case for SWAC Player of the Year, 19.8 points per game, 12 and a half rebounds, Neil.
Making a strong case for it. I think it's a lock. Who can you pick on the women's side of the equation better than the performance she's been putting out in a special memo to FAMU? I know their bus is here, so I guess I'll send this memo to Bethune-Cookman. It's not too late to cancel. Might not want to come because it's going to get bloody. It's going to get downright nasty. You can expect what happened on that Florida swing to happen here tonight. Expecting just a big game from our key players on the women's side to get again. That was those double-digit victories, those 20 and 30-point victories. So the band is coming in. The students will be here. Super Bowl weekend, going to be a great atmosphere in the AAC.
Yeah, no doubt. Super Bowl weekend, great atmosphere in the AAC. You get to start your weekend off with a little Jackson State basketball today and Super Bowl tomorrow. But I tell you what, it should be fun. We talked about Amisha Williams, but I tell you what, we got Deja Rogan back in the last game against UAPB. You talk about she is the Energizer Bunny, the spark plug for this team. Great to have her back running the point, 14.8 points per game.
Yeah, there was some lulls during the game when she was out from the point guard play, and they started to find that rhythm. Going to be interesting to see if she's back. Do they have to get some re-chemistry going, if you will, or are they going to pick up right where they left off?
Yeah, no doubt. And when you take a look at the remainder of this starting five, this cast, along with Super Six Man Jariah Covington, when you talk about Maya Crump, 8 points per game, 4.5 rebounds. Deja Woodard, 6'3" transfer from Minnesota. She's averaging 9.3 points per game and 8 rebounds per game. I tell you what, the cast from 1 to 12, we talk about it week in, week out. They get it done. And you talk about LaMiracle Sims, Kishana Luckett, and of course, Jariah Covington. This has been one of the most dominant Jackson State women's basketball teams that we've seen in quite some time.
It is, Chuck. I'm going to take you on a little tour, if you will. I know it's going to get loud and the sound is going to change. We're going to show you guys the sonic boom of the South coming into the AAC.
Nothing like it, brother.
We're about 17 minutes from tip-off here at the AAC. I'm going back out to the sunlight. So it's going to be a good atmosphere here. Band is in the stands. Jay Set's here. Crowd is filing in. Got this new hood, but I think they call it White Side or something behind me. So I know you spent a little time making that little loop, picking them up and dropping them off like dominoes. I understand, Chuck.
You would say that on Valentine's weekend.
Hey, sorry about that, man. Wendy. If you're watching, that was before you knew him. That was before you knew him.
Oh man, I can always count on you, brother. Thank you for rolling me under the bus real quick.
Hey man, when I see a bus coming, my mind just says push Chuck. So I just give a little nudge. Hey, the bus has the choice to not hit you. The bus could move. You got the choice to get up, so the bus hit you, man. It's really not all my fault. But Chuck, going to be a great time here at the AAC. Again, about 15 minutes or so before the Lady Tigers tip off. I'm, still being football mode. Tip off for this game against FAMU. When that happens, we always encourage you to go over to the Tiger Sports Network to view the game. We're just covering some pregame activities. Normally, we're right there in President Hudson's suite. Looking down, had some sound issues today. So we're just standing off the side to the Hall of Fame room. Going to give you some other sneak peeks right here on campus. Chuck, Valentine's weekend, Super Bowl weekend. Lady Tigers undefeated. Hard to ask for more.
Hard to ask for more. I mean, when you take a look at it, how do you keep the dominance up and rolling? And just curious when we take a look at what are the keys to today's game and taking on the Florida A&M Rattlers.
Had a little sound issue, man. Really couldn't hear you there.
Yeah, I was just asking when we take a look at this women's early matchup, what do you think the keys to the game are? When we take a look at the women's team, they've been so dominant. It's hard to sort of find the weakness, sort of find the soft underbelly of Europe, if you will. But it should be interesting to see what going into the second half of the season. What are some things that our women's team really needs to look at working on?
Yeah, I think, Chuck, the Lady Tigers are going to be business as usual. It's going to flow inside out. We've got to get Amisha going. If she can again get those double doubles that we're accustomed to getting from her, get some rebounding dominance that's on defense and offense. And again, it's going to be interesting to see what the guard play looks like now that your starting point guard is out of the walking boot and back in the lineup.
Yeah, switch gears a little bit here. Talk a little bit about the men's team. The guys are back on a 2-game win streak. Had a nice road trip to Mississippi Valley State. Got the win there. Got the win against UAPB. They take on this tough Florida A&M Rattler offense. That's one of the top offenses in the SWAC. When you take a look at them, Florida A&M nearly the Rattlers have had a 20-point score in 13 games thus far this season. MJ Randolph, leading scorer in the SWAC, he's had multiple 30-point games. When you take a look at him, he is one among the nation's best when it comes to scoring. He is 23rd in the nation, averaging 19.7 points per game.
Chuck, it is what it is. We talked about it since basketball season's been going, that the basketball is 3 seasons in one. You got non-conference in November, December. You got conference play in January, February. You got the tournament in March. You got 3 seasons. And you really want to be hitting on all cylinders and peaking going into February. We're in that mid-February point, and the Tigers have come off 2 wins on the road. Now back at home for home games back-to-back, approaching that middle of February crescendo. Things seem to be going well. There'd be a big statement to avenge those Florida losses. If we can win these 2 games at home, be a big test for the men on their side of the ball. When you look at what we were able to get done victory-wise with J Mac out, with him playing and getting some other pieces, I still think we need to get some increases in assists and moving the ball around and find another scorer that's going to get you 10 to 12 points along with his double-double.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of very interesting to watch how this team has tried to right the ship this past season with Gabe Watson being injured. And Gabe Watson is one of those players they were really looking at trying to incorporate more into the offense. With him going down, Jackson State has had to kind of reconfigure on the fly, going more into Javius McKinnis for offense, if you will. We know how tough he is around the rim defensively, but trying to find that second scorer for Javius McKinnis has been sort of the sore point or the touch point part for Jackson State this season. Terrence Lewis, he has really stepped up for Jackson State the past couple of games in terms of trying to provide that scoring punch.
Yeah, and got to find that consistent second scorer. You found them game to game here and there, but who's going to be that player that for the rest of February and that first week of March, before that tournament seeding takes place, who's going to be that guy that's going to show up on Saturdays and Mondays, whether it's here at the AAC or on the road, and also for that final swing, which I think will be a Thursday night game here at home. We got to get somebody else in double digits, and we got to get somebody getting somewhere, 8 or north in the assist. So looking for Jonas to establish that tonight, looking for another scorer along with J Mac. And J Mac's got the boards. J Mac has got his 12-plus points, and he's got the rebounds. But we got to get somebody along with him to push us past 60, 65 points. Because, our defense, we're holding people below their season averages when we play them.
Yeah.
We're just not scoring enough to get out with the victory consistently. 2 big road wins a couple games ago. Now back home for 2 games in a row against Florida teams. Got to get it done, Chuck.
Yeah, studying opposites. You talk about Florida A&M. They have been tremendous in terms of scoring the basketball, but Jackson State, they are one of the leading defensive teams in the SWAC. The Tigers, they excel at protecting the basket. They are one of the best in the SWAC at shot blocking teams. They're 47th in the nation, first in the SWAC in terms of block shots. Of course, Javius McKinnis right there in the mix. But the Tigers, they rank second in the SWAC in offensive rebounds per game, rebounding margin, and all this coming in game play, during SWAC conference play. But you talk about studying opposites. Florida A&M, they can really score the ball. We do our best on the defensive side of the court. How much offense can we get to offset what Florida A&M has been able to do?
That stat line alone, Chuck, if you put that stat line out there, you would think the record would be much different, because when you're leading the nation in shot blocks, those are takeaways. Those are shots that if 30% of them were going in, you're looking at a 5 or 10 point bonus to the other team that you're taking away with blocking shots. Same thing with offensive rebounds. You're taking away second chance points from the other team. What we're failing to do is convert those second chances, those takeaways on our end into points. So we get a block, but it doesn't necessarily lead to us scoring on our end. We get an offensive rebound, but it doesn't necessarily lead to points on our end. We still got to find that other guy. J-Mac is the guy. He's going to get you a double-double. He can roll out of bed and get you a double-double. Afternoon game, Monday, doesn't matter. He's going to do that. Got to get some other guys involved. That's why those assists are important. Got to get somebody to knock down some shots. Get another 8 to 12 points from another player consistently. And if we can't do it shooting from the wing, go to the basket. Going to the basket creates foul, free throw opportunities, gets the other team in foul trouble. We just got to be aggressive in the month of February.
Neely, you're a basketball savant now, and I have to throw this question out at you. When you have a player like MJ Randolph has been SWAC Player of the Week 4 times this season. He leads the SWAC in scoring. But, when you throw defense at a scorer, what are some of the things that you have to do to, keep the ball out of his hands, if you will? Because this is a guy, once he gets hot, it's pretty tough to turn him off on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I think that's the key, Chuck. You can't stop a score, but you can stop them from getting the ball. You can limit their touches. So you get a man between him and the ball. You make it difficult for him to get the pass. You make it uncomfortable for the passer to find him, and that's how you limit his opportunities. But when you got a guy, that's aggressive like a Kobe Bryant, or a shooter like a Steph Curry, they're going to get theirs, but they need the ball to get there. So it's all about ball denial, and it's all about keeping a man on him. Somebody sitting right there. If he goes to the bathroom, go with him. He goes to the concession stand, go with him. He pump fakes, put a hand up, and somebody else rotates. We got to limit what he does. I don't think there's anybody in the conference that can just totally shut him down, but you can take away his opportunities.
No doubt, take away his opportunities. And I think one of the keys to today's game is to try to get some turnovers. This Florida A&M, they rank first in the SWAC in fewest turnover margin. So if we can somehow create some offensive scoring opportunities, especially in transition, is where I really like to see this Jackson State basketball team get up and down the court and get some easy buckets. And it gets the crowd going into the game. When you get a few Malachi Wildman ducks going and the team is flying around, I think it's going to create a good situation for us today against a very good scoring Florida A&M offense.
Hey, totally agree with that, Chuck. I don't think the crowd atmosphere is going to be an issue. Students are coming in and getting here early for the women's game. The Sonic Boom is already in the stands. Sometimes they march in between the games, but they're already here for the women's game. The DJ is here going. The volleyball team is celebrating their championship today. So I don't think atmosphere at the AAC is going to be an issue. What's going to be an issue is we got to get another score, got to get the assists up, got to knock down some open shots, got to be aggressive going to the basket. So I like our odds, coming off of these 2 wins on the road and back at home in a comfortable environment with the atmosphere behind us. We talked a couple games ago about that Valley game being a must-win. Because we got those 2, we're in a position that these next ones can really get us over the hump, help us with some favorable seedings in the tournament, and then anything can happen when you're peaking in March.
Anything can happen when you're peaking in March. A lot of great action today around the SWAC. Actually on NBA TV right now. Grambling women and Texas Southern women, they're getting it on. And then right behind that, you'll have the Grambling men and Texas Southern men. So a lot of great SWAC action all there for you to see. Of course, our Jackson State and Florida A&M game, that will be on our JSU SWAC. Our JSU Sports Network, so please tune in to Rob J to catch that game. But it should be a great one. Our ladies taking on the Lady Rattlers of Florida A&M, led by Amisha Williams and Deja Rogan. And then our men, they follow right behind that. They are led by, of course, Javis McKinnis, who's averaging 12.1 points per game and 10 rebounds and 3.5 blocks per game. He is a double-double machine, and he is a rim protector. And then you have Terrence Lewis, who's averaging 11 points a game. So it should be great action today. Looking forward to it. Neely, any final thoughts, my brother?
Hey, Chuck, we're about to wrap it up here because we're getting ready to tip off there. But, again, here at the AC, across from the beautiful McAllister Whiteside Dome, also known as Chuck Bishop headquarters in the early 90s. Valentine's weekend, he was dropping off lots of candy and flowers over there. They said wave at him, Chuck. They see you. They see you. They remember you. Want to shout out Chambers and Gaylord Law Firm, consistent perennial sponsor of the pregame show, along with Churchill Smoke Shop, also the Black College Sports Network that we're streaming on. Again, get ready to go over to the Jackson State Tiger Sports Network to view this game. Also, while you're out there on YouTube, be sure to hit the pregame show page because we're still putting out more exclusive content of our time with Coach Prime at his estate in Texas, aka Country Prime. So another segment of that is going to drop right after the show on our YouTube channel, and the rest of the month we're going to be bringing you exclusive content. Chuck, time to wrap it up. Get out of here, boss. What you got?
Hey, man, no better place to cut it off than right here. It is Jackson State. It is Florida A&M. Monday, it is Jackson State and Bethune-Cookman. You'll see us right back here on Valentine's Day to preview Jackson State and Bethune-Cookman. Looking forward to it. For the pregame show, it is Bishop, it is Neely here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll see you on the other side.
That's right, y'all. The Black College Baseball Championship Series is back. The Black College World Series return May 11th through 15th to a place where so much black history has been made. Montgomery, Alabama, to the home of the Montgomery Biscuit. That's right. Riverwalk Stadium, downtown Montgomery, Alabama. The cries have been heard, and Black College Championships LLC is here to answer the call. No longer will the poll determine our champion, as the top baseball teams from NCAA Division II and NAIA meet on the field for Black College baseball supremacy.
And he picks up a first down. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and for all those who's listening and watching it from around the world. And we are now live from the corner of Dalton and Lynch Street. It's the show where we take you inside the game before the game begins. It's the Pregame with your host, Charles Bishop and Neely. So get ready, because we pregame harder than the other show's party. It's the Pregame.